Morning students, how are all of you? Good? I'm fine too, thank you. So, I had done in the last class some polite phrases, some spoken English. So today I'm again doing a grammar class with you, which is known as determiners. So students are very much confused, and this is a part of the syllabus, and it is very important because these words are used and students get very confused where to use what. Okay, so today I am going to do an exercise on the topic is determiners. Okay, so let's get started. Now, determiners, what are determiners? They are like adjectives because they qualify the noun. Adjectives, what are adjectives? Adjectives are words that qualify a noun. In the same way, determiners also qualify a noun. Okay, so there are four kinds: demonstratives, possessives, indefinite, and articles. Demonstratives I've already done with you. Initially also in adjectives, this, that, pointing out this, that, these, those. Okay. Then possessives also I've done with you in pronouns: my, your, our, his, her, theirs, and so on. Okay. Articles, I have done one whole class on articles, a and the. Only what is left is indefinite. Okay, and here is what the confusion is all about. Okay, so here the indefinite means when the quantity is not known. Some sugar, any money, okay, little, much water, you don't know the amount. It is indefinite. Many, there are many boys in the class, you don't know how many, but there are lots. Each, every, either, neither, little, a little, the little. Confusion is too much here. Few, a few, and the few. Okay, less, a lot, and so on. So today we are going to do about these indefinite determiners. Okay. Now, first of all is some, any. Okay. Then I give you 2 minutes. First, make this flow chart. Determiners, demonstratives, possessives, indefinite, and articles. Determiners are like adjectives because they qualify a noun. Okay. Demonstratives, possessives, indefinite, and articles. Okay. Now I will take the indefinite. Articles and pronouns and adjectives you can look up in my previous videos. Okay, you will find all of them there. Only we will talk today about indefinite. Now the first is some and any. Now where do we use some and any? Some is always positive and any we use with negative. Means if in the sentence there is telling something negative, no, not, never, so then we use any. Okay, but in positive sentence, a statement, we use some. Also, if it is an interrogative, it's a question. Okay, if it's a question, then also we use any. But sometimes we use some also, even in a question. I will tell you there. If the question is asked with would, can, could, then if the question is asked with these words, these interrogative words, then we use some. Okay, so the rule is that some is used for positive in wherever the statement is positive. Wherever it is negative, it is used any. Okay, or interrogative. But some is also used when the question is asked with would, can, or could. Now let's take an example. First sentence, let's do this. There is butter in the fridge. Okay. What will come here? There is dash butter in the fridge. What will come? There is no negative here, so there will be we will use some. There is some butter in the fridge. Okay. Take another example. She has bought pens. What will come here? She has bought dash pens. Now there is no negative in this sentence. It's a positive statement. So she has bought, we will use some pens. Okay. Now take another example. Let's do now any. I did not give him dash money. Okay. I did not give him dash money. Now in this sentence there is a negative, not. Okay. So what does the rule say? That if it is negative, then we use any. So I did not give him any money, not some money. Okay. Take another example. She did not buy pens. So what will come here? She did not buy dash pens. Why? Because it is not. So what does the rule say? When it is a negative, we always use any. She did not buy any pens. Here she has bought some pens because it was positive. Here it is negative. She did not buy any pens. Okay. I did not give him any money because again it is not. Okay, negative. So first rule is that if it is positive, then we use some. If it is negative, we use any. Now take another one in a question. Has he given you time? Has he given you dash time? Okay, it's a question. So what does the rule say? When it is an interrogative, we use any. Has he given you any time? Okay. Take another example of an interrogative. Did she buy dash books? Did she buy dash books? It's a interrogative sentence. So what does the rule say? That if the sentence is interrogative, we will use any. So did she buy any books? Okay. So according to the rule, some we always use in positive sentences, any we use in negative sentences, and in interrogative sentences we also use any. Is it clear to all of you students? Some and any. Now exception. If the question is asked with the words would, can, could, modals, then we use some also. For example, would you like tea? Now there is, it is a question, it's an interrogative, but the question has been asked with would. Otherwise the rule says if it is interrogative we use any. But here, like I told you, exception. If the question is asked with would, then what do we use? Would you like some tea? Not any tea. Okay. So the rule says that if the question is asked with would, then we will use some, not any. Would you like some tea? Try another one. Can you buy dash books for me? Now we are asking, it's an interrogative, but the question is being asked with can. So the rule says if it is asked with can, then we always use some, not any. Can you buy some books for me? Not any books for me. See students, though it is interrogative, But the rule says that would, can and could, if the interrogative questions are asked, we will use some, not any. Otherwise we use any. Has he given you any time? Did she buy any books? Okay. Now let's take another one, could. Could you buy some books for me? Could you buy dash books for me? Now we are asking the question with could. So could you buy, what will we give, what will come here? Some books for me, not any books for me. Is it clear? So this was the use of some and any. Please write down the rule. Rule number 1, positive sentence, some. Negative sentence, any. If the question sentence, interrogate sentence is asked by would, can or could, then we use some. But others we use any. Okay? If you keep these two rules in your mind, you will never get confused and you will always write the correct word, some or any. So the rule says some we use for positive, but if the interrogative question is asked with would, can or could, then also we use some. Any we use with negative or with any other than these three. If the question is asked, we use any. Is it clear, students? Now let's take the other one, much, many. Next is much, many. Much we always use with uncountable, which we can't count, and many we use with countable nouns. Remember, determiners, like I told you, they are like adjectives, they qualify a noun. So, countables are what? Nouns, countable nouns. Much. For example, there is water in the jug. Second sentence, there are chairs in the class. Okay. Now see these two sentences. There is dash water in the jug. And second sentence, there are dash chairs in the class. Like I told you, much we use with uncountable and many we use with countable. Chairs, water. Can we count water? No. So there is much water in the jug. And chairs in a classroom we can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 12, whatever number. So there are many chairs in the class. So what is the rule? For uncountable nouns we use much, and for countable nouns we use many. Okay? Let's take the other one. Each, every. This is the most confusing for students. Yes? Okay. Deepa, Deepika, Radhika, Manan, Soumya, Deepak, Ritesh, Honey. Okay. So all these students are giving me the comments that for them they always get wrong in each and every. Okay. So let's do each and every. Now each. Where do we use each and where do we use it? In a group, when we are talking about an individual. In a group, we are talking about an individual. Then we use each. Okay? And every, for the whole group, every child, among the whole group, we are talking about each and every one. Okay? So when we are talking about each and every one, we are using every. And we are talking about individual, we are using, among the group, we are using, talking about one individual, then we use each. Okay? So let me explain with an example. One or two things. Okay? And every means a whole group. Okay. Now, for example, the two soldiers had a gun. And let me take the second sentence. India expects man to do his duty. Okay. Now there are two sentences used each and every. Each for an individual. The two soldiers had each a gun. Means there are two of them, but both of them had one gun in their hand. So two soldiers had each a gun in their hand. And second one, India expects every man, all Indians, okay, to do their duties. So we're talking about all, then we are saying every. When talking about individual, okay, one soldier also has a gun, the other also has a gun. So we say each. The two soldiers had each a gun, and India expects every man to do his duty. Let me give you another example to make it more clear. Man wishes to be happy. Okay, and the second sentence, 5 boys stood in dash row. Okay, so try to fill in with each and every. Were you able to do? Okay, good. Sonam, Kirti, Mahi, Raghav, good. So every man, okay, we're talking about all. So every man wishes to be happy. 5 boys stood in each row. These are called rows. Okay, so there may be 4 rows or 5. So in each row there were 5 boys. Okay, so use of every and each. Is it clear, students? Now let's do the next one. Either, neither. Either means choice, or. Neither is negative. This one also, not this one also, not that one also. Okay, let's do an example. Either is choice and neither means none. Okay, so let's do this. You can go or second sentence, he took okay, you can go dash by road or by train. This is choice. So this by bus or by road or by train. So he took by road means you can by car. He took dash side. So he can go either by road or by train. And he took neither side. Not this side, not that. Negative. Okay. So we use either for choice and neither for negative. Then comes little, a little, and the little. Little, a little, and the little. Okay. Little means hardly any. A little means less, but there is some. Less, but some. It is a positive. There is little but less amount, but there is some. Okay, but it is less. Okay, so it gives a listing. Then the little. Equal to none. So the little and a little is negative and a little is little positive. There is quantity less but there is. And a little and the little is equal to none, negative, hardly any, and equal to none. Okay, and a little is little positive. So little, a little, the little. Let's take some sentences. He has money. Second sentence. There is hope of his recovery. Next sentence. Money he had was lost. Okay. Now try to fill in. He has dash money. There is dash hope of his recovery. Dash money he had was lost. Okay. So he has a little money. There is little hope of his recovery. Means equal to hardly any. And the little money he had equal to none. He had was lost. So we are using a little for little less, but there is some positive. There is little hope equal to hardly any, and the little is what you call equal to none. So he has a little money. There is little hope of his recovery. Means he is not going to survive. The little money he had was lost. Okay. So here I have used a little, the little, and little. Let me this thing. This is a saying. Let me see how many of you know it. Which one will come here? Little, a little, or the little? Come on. Give me your reply. The little. Little, a little. So everybody is doing this thing. Aina, maina, this thing. Okay? Inky, pinky, ponky. Okay. So this is a saying. A little knowledge is dangerous. Okay? So here we will use a little. That means if you have little knowledge and you start, like suppose for doctors, if doctors have the complete knowledge but somebody has just read somewhere, Google search and all, and he's got little knowledge and he starts prescribing medicines, that will become very dangerous because doctor knows the symptom, he sees so many other things about the patient and then prescribes medicine. Just reading the Google and you start prescribing medicines, that will be very dangerous. So little knowledge you have and you start trying to become a doctor. So this is a saying, a little knowledge is dangerous. Okay, so students, I just told you about little, a little, and the little. Let's come to the final one. Few. Same way here, few, a few, and the few. Okay, few is again hardly any. A few is positive and the few is equal to none. Okay, and few, this we always use with countables. And little we use with uncountables. There is little water in the jug. You can't say there is few. Little we use with uncountables. Okay. So little money. Money is also counted as uncountable. Though we can count money, but as a unit we say money is uncountable. Notes, coins, they are countable, but money as such is uncountable. So we use count few, a few, the few. Okay, let's see some examples. He has read dash books. Come to the second one. He has friends. And come to the third one. He lost friends he had. Okay. Now try filling. He has read few books. Hardly any. He has a few friends. Means very few. Number is very less. 1, 2 or. He lost the friends he had. The few friends he had. Equal to none. Okay. So he has read few books. He has a few friends. He lost the few friends he had. Okay. So use of few, a few and the few. In the same way like we used little, a little and the little. Now let me see one example. Try this one, students. Which one will come here? Dash are rich, the many are poor. Try. Shaurya, good. Shivani, okay. The few equal to none are rich, the many are few, poor. Okay. So this is the rich and poor gap that we have in our country. So here it is, the few are rich, the many are poor. So students, I gave you about a few, a few and the few. Now last is less and a lot. This is not a comparison, this is used as it is. Okay. For example, let's do this. Lot means this many. The boy less and a lot. The boy weighs not than 40 pounds. This less is a comparative degree. Okay. Little, less, least. Okay. So with less we always use than because it's comparing. Okay. Whenever we use comparative we use than, and less is a comparative degree of the adjective. What are the three forms? Little, less and least. So the boy weighs not less than 5 pounds. Try another one. He has money. He has a lot of money. Means a huge quantity, huge amount. Okay. So the boy weighs not less than 40 pounds. Less is a comparative degree. So we have to use than with it. And a lot means many. So he has a lot of money. Okay. There was a lot of crowd in the auditorium. Okay. So today, students, I have given you the determiners, the indefinite determiners, which are very confusing for the students. I gave you each one with examples and comparing like each, every, much, many and so on. Okay. So I will also be giving you an exercise in which you have to fill the determiners. See how many you can fill correctly, evaluate yourself and then do more practice. If you score good, it's good. If you score less, then you can do more practice. Okay? Because practice makes my students perfect. Okay, so thank you students, all of you, and don't forget to subscribe, like and share. And next class, wait for it, for my next video with the exercise of determiners, and so that you can do it yourself. Okay, so thank you and God bless all of you.